Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver. Today we are playing more Brotato, and this will be another Danger 5 run. This will be with the Crazy character. So Crazy has plus 100 range with precise weapons specifically, plus 25% attack speed, just in general, and you start with one knife, and the negatives are negative 30% dodge, so that's basically just a built-in dump stat, which is kind of nice. Negative 10 engineering, negative 10 range damage, I guess just to kind of discourage you from those builds. But yeah, today we're going to be playing with the knife. So the knife basically, the kind of selling point of the knife is it gets a higher crit damage than most items. It starts at 2.5 or times 2.5 at its base level, and it goes up from there. So yeah, basically we're just going to try and achieve some very large crits. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Select knife and danger 5, of course. Here we go. Yeah, so one really the upside of having all this extra range with these precise weapons is actually going to matter a lot, because it means that, I mean, we can of course clear things a lot less with a lot less danger to ourselves, which is kind of like one of the really big downsides of playing like precise weapons in general. This run took me a few different attempts. I tried a few different builds with the crazy character. The lightning shivs were a lot of fun as well, but I couldn't quite get them to go. But I would like to get that run done at some point as well. So I would keep an eye out for that if you're interested in seeing a lot of lightning bolts flying around the screen, which is my goal with that run. Okay, so the thing we want to do here is we want to be building up percentage damage. Of course, we're gonna have to build like a base flat melee damage. As the flat melee damage just like adds flat damage to our weapon attacks, and of course that's enhanced by crit. But percentage damage is, of course, adds a multiplier to your damage, your base damage. And since we're dealing with bigger numbers, percentage damage just ends up being more effective later. So after a certain point, like, we're not gonna like be super prioritizing flat damage, trying to get that percentage damage. All right, we got 5 knives now. It's even a little bit late. Like wave 4 not having a full suite of weapons is maybe even like a little bit late, which is a little unfortunate. So off to a little bit of a rocky start here. But we're still clearing pretty well here. Unfortunately, the treasury goblin spawned late, and we weren't able to get the kill there. All right, there's our 6th knife. So now we're in business. We're gonna lock a mastery there, which is gonna give us some flat melee damage. Sacrifice some range damage, which we do not care about at all. And yeah, these builds like this with like the super high damage output are very good against the large charging enemies, and those are generally a really big challenge for a lot of different runs. So that's kind of why I really like this one. Is it kind of doesn't have exactly the same weaknesses as some of the other ones, which is kind of nice. And yeah, here's sorry, wave 8 is when is like kind of like I kind of consider it like a real test for your build. Like if you can clear wave 8 without any real problem, then you're in good shape. Because wave 8 has all those large charging enemies that are difficult to deal with. I mean, wave 9 is usually relatively easy. I mean, for specific builds, it can be like a huge roadblock, but generally not as much as wave 8, I think, in general. Another thing that's going to be really good is once we have kind of our damage set up, attack speed is going to be incredibly potent for us. Yeah, we take out that large egg alien like super fast, so you can tell our damage is already very good. Yeah, those things have a pretty decent health pool, and generally kind of an issue early, but Our biggest issue, like our damage is good. Our biggest issue is survivability, which is tough to balance. It's tough to be able to like keep our damage growing at a pace that's gonna be enough to win the run while still investing in survivability at the same time. All right, here's wave 8. Here's our big test, and as you can see, we're kind of just melting these large enemies. And I'm like, after their initial charge, they're very vulnerable. So if you're able to burst them down like we're doing here, then they become pretty trivial. You do have to be paying attention for when they get their charge, because they charge it where your location is. So it doesn't take much to dodge, but you need to be able to identify when they're attacking. Alright, now we've got a decent set of knives here. We've got our first level 3 knife. And we're going to lock these wings. They're going to give us extra range on top of the range that we have naturally. And also it's going to give us a decent chunk of speed. And I mean, speed is fantastic. It just allows us to dodge in and around everything a lot easier. Which for a build with low survivability is super important. And especially for one that does a ton of damage output, because obviously we want to be moving around the map quickly and getting to our priority targets fast or quick and efficient. As you can see, I'm kind of trying to prioritize the larger enemies. Alright, get our wings. Another knife and some more attack speed there. Alright, after this wave is when elites and hordes can start spawning. So yeah, wave 10. I guess wave 10 is kind of like I guess you could call it like the first phase of the run, because like you can't have those like added difficulty spikes on the horde and elite waves until then. So after wave 10 is when it really gets real. Like obviously there's the early roadblocks are wave 8 and 9 in my experience, and then 9 and 10 are relatively smooth, I think. And then yeah, we start seeing harder waves. Like you see on wave 12 is going to be our first elite, so that'll be the next wave. Wave 11 with these mummy enemies is always a little bit awkward, but with our build, the fact that we're able to burst them down actually makes this wave a lot easier. If you don't have enough damage output, then these enemies can swarm you like relatively easily. But the fact that we're able to again burst them down and keep the field thin of or keep the field sort of clear of these mummies, then makes this wave a lot more trivial. As you can see, I mean, we're still in danger of dying if we just get hit once or twice, and the fact that we have negative dodge to start means like we can't rely on stacking dodge in this kind of build. We took a medical turret. We're not focusing on engineering, but I think the health that it provides is enough that it's worth taking. Like I said, we need to get survivability, and I think a medical turret, even without any engineering, can help sustain you in a. And like it acts like sort of regen as long as you can hang out near it. And you can see I maneuver over to it when I take some damage. Unfortunately, we don't quite have the damage to take out this elite, which like in this build, like that's kind of our whole deal, is we want to be able to kill the elites and bosses. We want to use our offense as our defense. All right, we do manage to escape the wave without dying though. We'll take a sad tomato, which is gonna drastically improve our regen at pretty little cost. All right, and we take a hunting trophy. Hunting trophy is the item you get for completing a run at any difficulty with the crazy character. So what it says is whenever you kill an enemy with a critical hit, you have a 33% chance to gain a material. So that's going to be an enormous econ item for us. since I mean we're killing tons of enemies with crits, so we're very likely to get a bunch of extra materials during waves now. I believe it's been like that's an item that's been pretty heavily nerfed, just from what I've kind of seen and heard from people. So I think it used to be a lot better, and I mean at 33%, I think it's still very, very good. I've been trying to go through and complete all the oh, we got a second hunting trophy there, so now 66% to get an extra material, which is fantastic. I'm not sure if it's actually 66% or if it's 33%, like if it's just 2 instances of the same kind of ability. Either way, that's still having the second one is incredibly powerful. And yeah, having all that extra econ is gonna be huge. And I believe this is a horde wave, so so we just kind of gotta weather the storm here. And as you can see, we're doing a ton of damage, and we're able to easily clear out these hordes of enemies. And thanks to the extra range we've been taking, like we're able to kind of kill them before they can get close, which is super, super important. And yeah, we get out of that wave with a ton of money. We're actually very, very happy to see horde waves now that we have the double hunting trophy. Consider taking torture there, but we've got so much regen that we don't really want to just negate that immediately. There's a level 3 knife, which we will take. That gives us our first level 4 knife. And again, each time we upgrade the knives, the crit damage goes up. So so they're going to be critting for higher and higher for each level that we get to. Just doing a quick inventory check. Yeah, it's hard to see like which weapon is doing what amount of damage, but I mean we can surmise that the highest damage that's showing up is going to be our level 4 knife. I believe it's approaching 300 damage from the just from the numbers that are popping up that I can keep track of. So yeah, once we get our crits up above 300, then we're gonna be in really great shape. Take a little bit of crit chance there, because we're not like at 100% crit or anything. We've got a high crit chance thanks to the precise weapon set bonus, as well as the knife has a higher than normal crit chance. But we still want to be able to increase the volume of our crits. I mean, we would love to see all those numbers yellow. For now, we're still seeing some regular white numbers, but yeah, it's a more majority yellow crit numbers now. Again, wave clear is fantastic. We're able to fight our way to the center. Taking out these large enemies before they can even get to us is super huge. And yeah, with those hunting trophies, we're just making absurd amounts of money at the same time. Get another level 4 knife, and we'll take another set of wings. That's more range and more move speed. All right, and we get our second elite now, and we take 1 hit, and because of our sad tomato, we're in extremely critical condition immediately. But even after having to like jump into survival mode immediately and get away from the boss, like look how low their HP is already. Like we've got them below half already. So just like a couple more passes at them, and we should be able to kill them relatively quickly here. And there it goes. Yeah, the elite is down. With again, we're able to hand out so much DPS that if we were able to just focus on it, then that thing would have been dead in like under 10 seconds. All right, a couple more knives there, so we're got a whole bunch of level 3s, and we might as well take a third hunting trophy, right? Now it's 99% to get a material every time we kill something, or 3 times 33%. Either way, we're going to be getting a ton of gold, a ton of materials. As we get deeper into the wave and more enemies start to swarm us, you'll if you pay attention to the counter or the material counter in the top left, you'll see how fast it's going up. Yeah, just a ton of value there. And the fact that, like, I think it's like 90% of our hits right now are critical hits. So basically everything is dying to crit. I mean, there's a white number here or there, but mostly, yeah, everything's just getting one shot by our critical damage, and we're benefiting off that economically as well as damage wise. All right, and there's a mammoth, which is going to give us a bunch of melee damage as well as some extra HP regen. We'll take another medical turret again. It kind of acts like an extra regen for us, and yeah, I've just been kind of happy with even a base level medical turret, especially in builds where I need a little bit of extra sustain. We're on wave 19 now. So next wave is the boss. Again, clearing enemies like they're nothing, basically. Just popping them like balloons. All right, things get kind of sketchy there for a second. Maybe we got a little bit too brazen, a little too full of ourselves based on the damage that we're doing. But we managed to fight back and get our health back. There's a fourth. We'll take a fourth hunting trophy, just because I'm not entirely sure how that works. It's either we have a 120% chance to get a material, which we're not going to be able to use anyways because it's wave 20. So taking it's actually like pretty bad, because we could have used that gold for some kind of stats. And yeah, we're gonna combine our last few knives, and so we're gonna have 5 level 4 knives, and yeah, we're just gonna, like, if we just watch how fast the health bars on these bosses go down. Like, we've got one already below 4, and I think it's running away from me there. Realized just how much damage I'm doing to it, and then decided it didn't want any part of it, and there it goes. And now we can focus our attention directly on this last boss, and it's gone. So yeah, that was the crazy knife build. Just huge crits. Yeah, again, it's kind of a high risk, high reward build. You need to be able to survive the early game, and you need to build some amount of damage to be able to get to those large crits. And the percentage damage is, of course, very valuable in this build, as we don't have like an incredible rate of fire, but we do have very big hits. So yeah, this build was a ton of fun. Again, I kind of want to do the lightning shift build with either this class or the mage, I think. But yeah, if you enjoyed this or found it educational at all, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's everything. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.